everyone. In this video, I'll explain what is truly the best tech stack you should consider if you are a CMO, CTO, or a founder, or any decision maker for your business. As the title itself suggests, best tech stack to build a SaaS landing page. Will cover the best CMS, analytic tools, front end framework, and more. Whether you're starting your own SaaS or you're already doing, say, 100 million annual recurring revenue, this video will walk you through everything you need to know the most elite stack for your landing page. The same stacks already used by companies, say like Loom, Notion, Intercom, MailChimp, Vimeo, and many other top brands. So, without further ado, let's delve into the video. Now, who this video is for? Before we dive in, let's get this clear on who this is for, right? If you are a CTO, CPO, PM, growth lead, or say a founder of a SaaS product currently using WordPress, Wix, Framer, or something very similar, right? Then you're struggling with, say, a scalability, flexibility, low conversions, and collaboration issues. So this video is for you. If you are a new founder researching which best tech stack to use for building high-performing landing page, this video is again for you. Or if you are a consulting, helping companies make architectural decisions, this video is for you. So making the final call on your tech stack and strategy is a big deal, right? You don't get paid for the hours that you work, but you get paid for the kind of decisions you make. So yes, so let's understand the honest truth here. Now, well, if I say that, let me be real with you. There's no single best solution that will work for everybody. Now, if I say that, option A, option B, option C will work for you and will get you good results, then I'm bluffing. Every company is different, from the problems they solve to the company size and many other things, right? So the only best way to evaluate is by breaking it down into everyone's favorite approach, first principles. The same way you have to evaluate which sales funnel to use, and there's a YouTuber called Nathan, who breaks down what size is the best to build different sales funnels. I'll be breaking down these things on a similar way, using Nathan's example. Uh, Sorry, I just got a call, so I just had to end that call. So yes, so let's get started. This is a simple example of how. Okay, let me just break this down. Okay, there is content, and there's content management. There is a lot of marketing things that's going across. So so when you talk about marketing, you're talking about cold outreach, you're talking about newsletters, you're talking about affiliates, you're talking about cold calling, you're talking about ads, you're talking about campaigns, you're talking about podcasts, you're talking about sites. There's so many ways of marketing, right? And this diagram, this quadrant diagram, I must say, bifurcates these marketing categories into different quadrants, which is, one is cheap and slow, cheap and fast, fast and expensive, slow and expensive. So this is how it is. And then obviously, this is a whole new background about companies doing their annual recurring revenue. Some of them are put into a bucket of annual recurring revenue lesser than 1 million. Some of them are between 1 to 10, 50 to 100, and greater than $100 million. So now, when we look at this, right, this is again a bifurcation based on the annual recurring revenue. Like, what would you choose? Say, for example, if you're doing lesser than 1 million annual recurring revenue, you would probably do a cold outreach, right? And if you're doing, say, between 1 to 10 million recurring revenue, you would probably end up doing cold calling, or say a blog or a content or some affiliates, right? And similarly, 50 to 100 million, you will be doing a little bit of campaigns and stuff. Obviously, if you have more than $100 million, you'll end up doing a lot of podcasts and stuff, which are slow but expensive. You can do that. Uh, so yes. Now let's look at the bifurcation. Now, before I come to this, right, let me just talk about few things. The important things, the core things of the tech stack that we're talking about. The core is the content management system, right? First comes the core, correct, where you handle your website content, the website structure, which is the CMS, which is the content management system. For each stage, this is what's the best, and here are a lot of companies that I'm showing across to you which are using it right now. When you look at this, this has again been bifurcated into different kinds of companies. One is the early stage, one is the growth stage, then is an enterprise stage, and the large enterprise. So this is according to this, the quadrant that we mentioned here based on the annual recurring revenue. Now, when you look at an early stage startup, right, like they would be using, say, for example, a WordPress and Wix because they've not seen the market at this point of time. They were very at a very early stage. Now, when you look at a funded stage or a growth stage, right, you'll be looking at a Webflow or sort of Joomla or Adobe or a Drupal, a lot of them. Now, when you become an enterprise, you know that what, this is a time I have enough in my pockets. I've seen the market. I know what the market is like. Now I can invest in the tech. So you invest in a headless CMS. So this is exactly where things like Storyblog, Builder.io, Strappy, a lot of them comes up. Now let's assume that you are a large enterprise. You have enough amount of capital to burn and invest in technology. So then you can go with something like Contentful or Sanity, which is again CMS, headless CMS, but obviously they work as a SaaS there. So you can invest in that. Obviously, you can also invest in, say, something like Directors and Payload, but obviously you'll have to build your own in-house team for that, or tie up with somebody else. So this is in itself a small bifurcation. And now when I'm talking about headless CMS, right, you can see big enterprises, big organizations like Figma, things like DocuSign, Loom, Atlassian, which is Atlassian again, Atlassian product, Intercom. All of these things actually use headless CMS. Now you can use a tool like Vapalizer to actually check that. Figma uses Sanity, DocuSign uses Contentful, Intercom uses Contentful. Now again, Loom uses Sanity. So these are large enterprises, right? So they know that investing their effort, investing their capital on CMSs like this is fruitful, and that's exactly why they are investing on it. Now, having said that, there are a lot of CMS, right? And these are the CMSs that you predominantly work with. And see, now when you look at Sanity, right? Sanity has big names like Supreme, Retool, Clerk, Anthropic using them. Contentful, again, already spoke about it. Atlassian is a really big name for them. Danone is another big name. From Costa is another big name for them. Now, even with Builder.io, which is like a visual builder CMS, and a lot of the companies like Vimeo, Allo Yoga, Fair, Vistaprint, all of them use it. Payloads is being used by Basic, Sonos, Accenture. Strappy is being used by big names like IBM, eBay, NASA. Directors is being used by names like Walmart, Kia, Mercedes. So Bose, a lot of them. So you see the headless space, right? A lot of the big organizations are using it currently. Now, coming to the main topic, what are we looking at in terms of complete tech stack, right? For front end, we're looking at around Next.js, Nuxt, Gatsby, Svelte. You can use any of them. CMS, as I already told you, we work with different headless CMS. Obviously, we predominantly work and we love working with these headless CMSs, but my top choices would be still Sanity, Contentful, Directors, Strappy. Work predominantly with this. And analytical tools, you could obviously, there are other CMS also that you can work with, but obviously headless CMS. Analytics, Mixpanel, Google Analytics, Hotjar, A/B testing, Optimizely, forms. You could use Typeform, you could use HubSpot, a lot of them. Uh, we're looking at a composable architecture here at the end of the day. And email marketing, you could use SendGrid, Mailchimp. We have used many, HubSpot. CRMs, you could be using Salesforce or HubSpot. SEO optimization tools like SEMrush or Hrefs, Ahrefs, all of those things you can use. And for performance and performance, you could use Cloudflare, you could use Sentry. Deployment, there are a lot of the clients use a lot of they have different choices, right? Some want to do it on DigitalOcean, some want to do it on Railway, some want AWS, some want Azure, some want Google GCP. So yeah, uh, So we have a complete, we can always talk about this. This is like an overview of the tech stack that you can actually use. As I initially mentioned, there is no ABC that can work, but obviously this is like a best fit solution that we can give you. Obviously you can replace X with Y here in terms of composable architectures, right? So now, obviously, what I can always show you is some of the proofs. Say, for example, Sanity, Heinz used it, 78% increase in conversion rate. Big Commerce used it, 77% increase in blog production. So Intuit, Mailchimp, 10x increase in content production. Each of them have their own case studies, right? Like Contentful being used by BMW. There are challenges and there is outcome. 47% increase in test drive booking, 61% in contact submission. So obviously, in fact we ourselves have used this, and we ourselves have produced results for a lot of clients, which we can talk about in detail as well. Now, ROI, as I told you, ROI can be like, let's assume that you're an annual recurring revenue, sorry, monthly recurring revenue of around $2 million. Your net profit margin is around 400K. You are investing, say, 33.3K in your current CMS setup. So let's assume you migrate to this stack that you have right now, which is with headless CMS, Next.js front end, and all of this composable architecture. You are looking at, say, for example, a CMS cost of around 80,000 annually, and operational efficiency by around 40%. So even with leads and conversions, right? Pre-migration, you're looking at around 4.8%, and post-migration you're looking at around 5.52%, which is around 1.15x increase. And your net profit gain is around 45K, while your operational savings can be around 640K, and your total annual impact can come to around $8.5 million, and your payback period can be around 2 to 3 months. Now, this is just a reference. This is just a reference. This is what it. I mean, we've seen live results of our clients going from traditional setup to headless setup, using the tech stack that we have mentioned, and having greater conversions, having efficiency, being able to scale. You know, at the end of the day, providing better results. And why you should listen to me? Obviously, this is what we do day in and day out. Wow, we have worked with clients across the globe. We have worked with different kinds of headless CMSs with different kinds of industries. You see the big names there: Unimake, Abax, Lamborghini, Lulu Mall, Synchro, Ipalat, with multiple different CMSs. And you can also see the kind of testimonials that we have, where people love the kind of work that we did. They love the communication, they love the processes. And big names like Darren, who's the director of Abax Technologies, Bernd, who was ex-head of engineering Google, and also people from different regions: Switzerland, Singapore, Germany, Belgium, France, Lithuania, Australia, US. We work with clients across the globe, and the presence is across the globe. And you can go and check our Upwork profiles as well. They're highly rated, top rated Upwork profiles, which in itself is a testament of what we can bring to the table. Now, obviously, if you're still confused, there are two ways to look at this, right? One, either you build up your own team. You're going to go through a hiring nightmare. You need multiple specialists. Subject matter expertise in the market is rare. The full time scenario is a big trap. You're spending around, say, 300K of annual salaries. With that, you have payrolls, you have management overhead, you pay time off, all of these things. Now, imagine the resources that you hired quit. Obviously, you'll have knowledge silos, and you'll have a scaling problem. The math is actually brutal. I mean, if I have to tell you, the other way around is to actually choose teams like us who do this day in and day out, and who can produce results for you. We have rigorously trained resources who will work with you. We just don't do development, we'll produce you results which show up right on the internet in the form of SEO as well. Now, when you look at us, for example, us, right, we are doing pretty well with SEO as well. Then this is what we bring to the table. This is an extra add-on to the table. This is just a cherry on the top. Now, when you look at best sanity CMS agency, right, we are ranking. You see best Medusa agency, we are ranking. You see best Next.js agency in New York, we are ranking. And then how are we able to do this? We are able to do this over and over again because we've understood the SEO landscape and how it has changed over a period of time. And that is exactly what we bring onto the table for you and for our clients. We have been doing this for almost a year and a half now, because the last year we cracked this SEO. And see, this is some of the results that we had last year for our clients. You see the impressions going up, you see the clicks going up. So this is what we exactly bring to the table. And you also see some of the contact form submissions that we have got, the leads that we have got, who are reaching out to us just by Googling us, just by going to GPTs and finding us and coming to us. So this is exactly what we will bring to you as well. So as we are giving you 20 hours of free development time. You can consult with us, you can let us know your ideas, we can talk about it, we can give you a good consultation. And after you have a call with us, you can have a look at it and you can see if you would like to collaborate with us, or at the end of the day, you know you can always gain something from the call. So yeah, I mean, I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and keep a watch on this space for more videos. Like, share, and subscribe as usual. I'll see you in the next one.